Welcome to the Tech News from the 18th to the 22nd of November, streaming to you on TechScene. In gaming news, the PlayStation 5 price and launch date leaked. Sony's PlayStation has been hot gossip this past couple of weeks, and this week, a release date and pricing being leaked, according to a series of tweets from Sony tech leaker at Twitter handle up here, who said that the up-and-coming console would be available in several countries in the holiday season of 2020, and with the US getting a release date of the 20th of November 2020. The leak also asserted that the PlayStation 5 will launch at a price of $500, which is $100 more than the initial price of the PS4 and PS4 Pro, but is still less than many expected given the hardware it is packed with. This week we also saw a patent leak of the PlayStation 5 controller, the DualShock 5. Functionalities of the controller look a lot like the predecessor, the DualShock 4, which isn't a bad thing, seeing that the DualShock 4 is Sony's best controller yet. From the latest patent, the standard DualShock 4 shape, symmetrical analog sticks, directional arrows, face buttons, including the controversial X or cross button, a speaker, and L1, R1, and R2 and L2 triggers, as well as the center touchpad, remain the same. What can be noticed missing from the patent is the light sensor bar on the front of the controller. Despite this loss, Sony has added some previously known bells and whistles to the PlayStation 5 controller. These include haptic feedback sensors that are meant to simulate different in-game elements so that the player in the real world perceives aspects like trudging through mud. The controllers will have adaptive triggers for more tactile response to the actions they represent in-game. Amazon to launch gaming service in 2020. Amazon has also begun a recruitment drive for a new service within its Amazon Web Service, AWS, business, which is reportedly Amazon's video game streaming product. Amazon's streaming service, which will be competing for other game streaming platforms such as Google Stadia and the up-and-coming Microsoft xCloud. Steam now lets you invite iOS and Android players to join PC multiplayer games remotely. Last month, Valve announced a beta of Steam Remote Play Together, which lets you play local multiplayer games over the internet with your friends across Windows, Linux, and Mac OS computers. Today, Remote Play Together is officially available for everyone with what could be a really cool new feature. You can play with your friends using iOS and Android devices as well. According to Valve, the host player just needs to install and start the game, and their friends on PC can join in via Steam Remote Play or on mobile with Steam Chat and Steam Link apps. Only the host needs to actually own the game, which is nice. In the internet news, new ransomware attack pretends to be a Windows 10 update file. As if installing Windows 10 updates aren't stressful enough, fake Windows updates can now install ransomware to your computer. According to researchers at Trustwave, a malicious email campaign is scaring users into installing critical Windows 10 updates to their computers, which is actually malware. So, always remember, updates are installed through the system and never through an email. In other internet news, Gmail integration for Outlook in testing. Microsoft is testing a new feature that will allow users to add Google services to their Outlook accounts. Once a user's Google account is linked to their Outlook account, they will be able to view their Gmail emails, Google Drive, documents, and Google Calendar entries from their Outlook.com email client interface. Facebook quietly rolls out meme making app Whale. Facebook is really fishing for the next big thing, and it hopes that its new meme creation app called Whale is the catch that it's looking for. Whale lets users create their own memes, combining emojis, filters, and text to uploaded or stock images. In Evil Genius news, no, Doofenshmirtz has not taken over the tri-state area just yet. If you've ever been under the impression that you've lost an Apple EarPod, you're not going to like this prank. The prank involves printing out stickers of Apple EarPods that look a lot like the real thing when they're stuck to the ground. You then spend all that time you clearly have on your hands, walking around the city and sticking them to the two things. I assume you then sit and wait for people to come across one, which will cause them momentary panic at the thought they have lost an earpod. And that brings us to the end of this week's tech news. As usual, links to all the articles used to write this week's news can be found in the description below. So we are coming to the end of our inconsistency period. So make sure you stay tuned on Monday for our next video, which is going to be a video on shopping for Black Friday. Some of the do's, some of the don'ts, as well as we're going to look at some of the early specials for Black Friday, as Macro has already released their specials, and some of the retailers' specials are starting on Monday. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And also in that video, we'll be talking about our new confirmed upload schedule, where we'll hopefully never be missing an upload. Guys, thanks for watching. My name is Prashant, and I'll see you on Monday.